We started our project by looking at the play Look Back in Anger, a kitchen sink drama from the 50s based on post-war austerity in Britain, looking at how the kitchen sink dramas, as they were called, affected people's lives, being claustrophobic in small rooms, and then that and lack of employment actually causing a lot of men in particular to abuse their partners. That was a good starting point for us to work from, and we kind of workshopped with the children around the issues of domestic abuse and how that actually occurs in their life today around them, and the children came up with their own ideas about where domestic abuse kind of happens, and the types of domestic abuse as well, and the project led from that point.
We studied the subject on domestic abuse, and we noticed that it was associated with all age groups, so from varied ages, from like older generations to like teenagers and youths, and we decided that we'd like to do a project based on it. So we took an audience of about 4 or 5 into a place where they've never been before, and we blindfolded them on the way. And we did it when it was like late at night, so it was really dark and stuff. So by this we wanted to take people out of their comfort zone and to make them feel intimidated and also very nervous and stuff. So we thought that by drawing on this we could sort of reflect back onto how people who are like suffering with domestic abuse would feel.
Over the past 6 months in soap operas such as Coronation Street, they've been focusing on women abusing men, going against the stereotypical view of men abusing women. It's intrigued us to include this in our performance. The character I played was a bride suffering with paranoia who went to the extreme of killing her own husband. The audience were in a confined space of a toilet cubicle with a bath of blood. This intimidated the audience.
Well, don't be shy, come on. Come on! Move! Move forward. I'm Alice Rose. I was brought here when I was 23. Fell in love when I was 19. I was young, but not Alfie. He was a successful businessman. He owned a chain of stores across the country. Some people thought I was with him for his money. I'm not that shallow. But Alfie was.
I played the daughter whose mother was abused by the father, and then she abused me.
Alison, you're not Mummy.
Not Mummy! 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 My character showed that of all ages can be abused and be abusers.
Right. My job as the tour guide was to always make sure that the audience had that sense of intimidation.
Whether you believe that these are fakes and they're not really ill, or whether you believe.
Throughout the performance, I made sure that every one of the audience members had that sense of intimidation as I invaded their body space by like going right up close to them, so it made them feel like really intense. For instance, one of the audience members couldn't stop swearing because she was so scared and she didn't know what was going on.
I found it very interesting being the only male in the group, because as males are usually the abusers, so we changed it around, so I was the character in the bath being abused. This gave a different perspective on the usual thought of men abusing women.
Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. Name's Alfie Thorne. See, you've met my bride. She killed me. Right here in this bath. No mercy. Alice. Alice, honey, what are you doing? Alice! Alice, get away! Alice, put the knife down! It's me, you love me! Alice!
To advertise our performance, we put it on the Facebook page. We had to be selective of our audience because we felt the content was too old for young children, and because of the shock nature we couldn't use the older generation. We did 9 performances over 2 nights in 2 venues for up to nearly 50 people. Some of our audience members were social workers, nurses, men, women and teenagers, so we could use a range of different people to perform to.
Throughout this project, I've learnt that I've been able to like empathise with a person who's been mentally abused and physically abused, which has given me a great understanding of how someone can feel in that situation.
Through this process, I have learned that it's not necessarily men who abuse women. Women can abuse men too, and it can be any age, from young children to old people.
This project has taught me that social and environmental factors can affect people's behaviour, such as children asking parents for things that they can't afford and seeing other people living better lives than them. This can trigger domestic abuse.
We sent out a questionnaire to all the audience members, and it was quite interesting to see that most of them felt intimidated and could understand how people would feel in domestic abuse relationships.
Throughout this performance, I've learned that people should really not suffer in silence. Like, the police and everyone's really like engaging on this topic and trying to stop. So if you are suffering from domestic abuse, you should always speak out about it.